The next day, Saturday. On the days when we don't have school, I usually go hang out with Tomo and Akemi. Today though, it seems Akemi is busy, so instead I'm at Tomo's house, browsing through his books. Tomo has a minor collection of pretty interesting manga and novels. It's not too unusual that we'd hang out in his room every now and then. Is Akemi still doing things with her club? Ballet club, right? No, she's at a birthday party for some third-year students she knows. Man, she's got a big network of friends. It's because she's both adventurous and kind-hearted. She does have that kind of personality, but she's also pretty and she's good at studying and sports. That probably makes her popular. Probably. Isn't she bothered by that? If she is, I never heard her say so. As usual, he doesn't go into detail. The fact that he only replies with such a non-committal answer is aggravating, so I try to probe him for more. Aren't you two going out? What's that supposed to mean? No, I'm not mocking you or anything. The way you two are so close, I honestly thought you were going out at first. We've just known each other for a long time. Do you want to? Who cares? Anyway, what about you? It looks like you've got a crush on your own. It's pretty unusual for Tomo to change the subject so bluntly like that. Pointing that out might be bad though, so I let it slide. How can you think I have a crush on Akemi? Not her. Don't you have a thing for the one-eyed girl in the first-year classes that you're trying so hard to become friends with? You mean Sachi? Indeed. Getting close to the girl with no friends who's bullied at school. If you're not doing it out of Akemi levels of randomness, poking your nose into that girl's business is only going to cause trouble. What are you trying to achieve? Do you have a crush on her or something? No. Come to think of it, I've never considered why I want to get closer to Sachi so badly. Maybe I just got involved because I pitied her, like Tomo said, rather than out of the kindness of my heart. I guess you don't even know yourself. Feeling uneasy with the silence I've created between us, I blurted out the first thing that comes to my mind. You're probably right. I suppose there's no need to answer like that, though. So anyway, what's going on with her? Oh, I ended up walking back to her house with her so I could give her the manga all at once. To her house? That's pretty, daring. After that, I tell him about the time I spent with Sachi so far. Even though I was a little hesitant when I started, as I go on telling Sachi's story, I reflect on it and realize I've actually been having a good time. It's not like we did anything especially fun, but I have enjoyed talking with her. Still, am I really doing this because I have some kind of crush on her? But I feel like that's not an easy question to answer, so I try to shake it from my mind. It's not like I need an answer right now anyway. Hey, achievement unlocked, getting closer. Monday, the beginning of the school week. I normally have to drag myself out of the house, my brain heavy with gloom and drowsiness, but today I'm feeling a little different as I walk down the street. Usually I make a beeline towards school, but instead I'm straying from my normal path to take another nearby street there. It's not like it's a big loss of time, but since the fastest way to school is to go straight ahead from my house, I don't normally use this road. Of course, it's not like I'm just choosing to go this way for no reason. I can go faster if I take streets without too many people on them. And of course, even if it's unlikely, I thought that if I go this way, I might. As I walk on, I see a figure ahead of me. The torn uniform, the messy hair, the slim build, and of course the bandages on her head. There's no mistaking who it is in front of me. Sachi. I speed up to catch her and nudge her shoulder. Hey, morning! Sachi turns toward me with a startled look on her face, no doubt from my sudden appearance. I guess I should have expected that kind of reaction. Mamoru-senpai, why are you here? Sorry for sneaking up on you. My house is right near here. I mentioned that, didn't I? The route I normally take is just one street over. Oh, really? Yep, and I took this street hoping I'd see you. I didn't think I actually would, though. Do you mind if I walk to school with you? No. It doesn't really show in her expression, but I think I hear a little excitement in her voice. Might just be my imagination, though. How was your weekend? How was your weekend? How was your weekend? Did you read any of the manga I lent you? Oh, yes. Fuck. Oh, yes. I already finished parts of the 2 series you lent me. Both of them were really good. Her tone of voice is uncharacteristically lively. She's wearing a cheerful expression. Sorry, I just can't stop thinking about Tomoe so. Okay, calm blue ocean. Her tone is uncharacteristically lively. She's wearing a cheerful expression I've never seen until now, but her good mood kind of rubs off on me too. I'm glad then. I thought I should return the books I'm already finished with, so I brought them with me today. Oh, I said you could take your time, didn't I? Are you sure? Of course. What should I give you next? Oh, actually, which of those did you like best? Both were good, but I liked this one the best. The one with the boy who can see ghosts. As we continue walking and talking about the manga's contents, the school comes into view. Sachi has been fairly talkative on the way here, holding an actual conversation with me. Carrying all that manga for her was definitely worth it if it makes her that happy. We're already here, huh? I usually walk to school alone, but this is more fun. Yeah. While we were talking, she was still keeping her eyes out for people, but I noticed that she was mostly focusing on me. As we enter the school where there are more prying eyes, however, she starts keeping her head down and walking on the side of the path to try to stay out of sight. Isn't there at least some way I can help her feel more comfortable? If I have time, I think I'll take the same street again tomorrow and today. Today? Oh, going home. If we're lucky, maybe we can go home together again. As long as you don't mind, that is. I don't mind or anything. I like being able to talk with you, senpai. Really? I'm glad to hear it. Oh, I need to change my shoes, 1 sec. Right, me too. Looking ahead, Sachi suddenly slows her pace and hides behind me as much as she can, like she's trying to disappear. I shift my gaze in the direction she was looking and see a lone girl passing in front of the first shoe rack. Her hair is dyed blonde and she's wearing a short skirt. Even though we're away from her, I can see the sour look on her face. Wait, is that the Sadakawa girl? I ask this quietly as I look over my shoulder while still trying to keep Sachi hidden. You know her? No, I've only heard rumors about her. As I'm working out how to talk about this with Sachi, the bell rings. The girl who I'm pretty sure... Oh, fuck! Ah! God damn it, sorry about that. Man, this episode is just one fucking big doozy, isn't it? Oh, that looked terrible on the wave file. Oh. As I'm working out how to talk about this with Sachi, the bell rings. The girl who I'm pretty sure is Sadakawa hears it and heads to her class. It's a good thing we weren't in a hurry. We just barely missed her as it is. It looks like she's already gone. Sachi, you need to get going too, don't you? Sachi probably doesn't want to continue this line of conversation. I make sure Sadakawa is definitely gone, and with a sigh of relief, nod to Sachi. Oh, yeah, right. Let me join you for lunch again. See you later. Okay, see you. So that was the infamous Sadakawa Rui, huh? Since I've never actually talked to her, I can't say for sure, but I can tell just from looking at her that she has an aggressive personality. Making friends with Sachi is good and all, but I should probably find out what I can about Sadakawa as well. Morning classes are over and it's lunchtime now. However, it's only Tomo and me in the empty classroom today. I plan on asking Tomo about Sadakawa. Based on how scared Sachi was just from seeing her, there's no doubt in my mind that Sadakawa is the one bullying her. Wait, where's Akemi? She had some business in the faculty room. She should be here soon. I see. Perfect. Before she gets here, there's something I want to ask you. Huh? What's up? Well, first, if we only have until Akemi comes back, I probably won't be able to go into detail about much. I want to know about the girl you mentioned before, the first year student, Sarukawa. As soon as we started talking about her, Akemi got really quiet, so I figured it'd be better to ask when she's not around. You said you've met her in the past? That's what you want, huh? Well, it's not like it's a secret, I suppose. We met her 2 years ago. When Akemi and I were in our last year of middle school, Sarukawa transferred into our school. Since we were in different grades, we didn't meet her right away, but even back then she seemed like a violent person. Rumors soon made their way to us. Then Akemi, with her motto all the time being love and peace, went and tried to rehabilitate her. Somehow, I'm not surprised. Well, I didn't say that she succeeded. Sarukawa made fun of her mercilessly, but even still, Akemi refused to give up. That girl's so damn stubborn. Finally ended when the two got in a nasty fight. No one tried to stop them? Well, I rushed to intervene, but it's not like Akemi just stood there and took Sarukawa's blows. It looked like Akemi lost her cool and she fought Sarukawa with everything she had. That was not something I expected from her. What happened to her? It was not just a simple squabble. Akemi's always had good reflexes, and Sarukawa seemed to have a lot of experience in fights. They kicked, punched, and naturally when they started using their knees and elbows, I had to stop them. I never would have guessed Akemi would be able to fight. Even I didn't know she could, and I've known her for a long time. I saw a side of her I never really knew existed that day. Did Sarukawa say something to make Akemi so angry? Really, I think that when Sarukawa punched her the first time, she flipped the switch inside Akemi. Guess when Akemi snapped, she really snapped. So after the fight, Akemi became really depressed and was a totally different person for a while. Because she didn't win? If I had to guess, I'd say that it wasn't because she lost. Well, I think the fact that she couldn't change Sarukawa came as a huge shock to her. What do you mean? Akemi is really good at becoming friends with people. You have noticed that, haven't you? Yeah. No matter how gloomy or rebellious a person is, or how different their interests are to Akemi's, she can always find something to be friendly about. But Sarukawa was not having any of that. After that day, whenever she got depressed, it was because she had come in contact with Sarukawa again. That's also surprising. Akemi always seems like the type to look forward, no matter what. Well, the old Akemi was a real wimp at least. If she could try to make up with Sarukawa at some point, I think that might cheer her up, but those two are like oil and water. I can't force her to do that. No one can. I suppose it's best not to talk about Sarukawa in front of her then. Unless she brings it up herself, then yeah, I think that's wise. At least until she has a change of heart, I think Akemi will find her own way to deal with it. You think so? Yeah, it seems like you might want to ask around about Sarukawa and Sachi's relationship. If you want, I could try asking around, see what people say. Recent information about Sarukawa might be more of use to you than information about her past. Really? Yeah, that would be useful information to have. I appreciate your help. I guess both of us are helping Sachi out in our own ways, even if Tomo's not directly involved. I know I can rely on him for this, especially since he has a lot more connections than I do. Akemi and I will gather any info we hear. Sarukawa doesn't seem to be as violent as she was before, but it doesn't seem like Sachi-chan is asking for help either. Plus, I think Sarukawa is the only one bullying Sachi-chan. One victim and one tormentor. That wouldn't stand out too much. Most of the students outside their class probably don't know anything about it. Whatever the other students and teachers think, I doubt they know the whole story. Even if they suspect what's going on, they'll most likely turn a blind eye to it, since no one wants to get involved in that. So in other words, as it stands, no one's going to lift a finger to help Sachi. Precisely. Well then, if no one else is involved, resolving this shouldn't be too hard. However the other students think of Sachi, I'm pretty sure they'll turn a blind eye to you helping her as they have to Sarukawa abusing her. If Sarukawa is the one bullying her, I think I should be able to get her to stop. That's assuming she doesn't have any friends in on it with her, of course. You probably could, but I doubt it'll go smoothly either way. Sachi has me, and I have you guys. We'll definitely work something out. I hope so. Sorry I'm late, guys! Akemi calls out as she barges into the room, her loud voice disturbing the calm of the classroom. I'm starving! Wait, you two haven't eaten yet? Could be that you were waiting for me? Oh, right, I forgot about my lunch. So you weren't waiting for me then? What should I do? If I take my time eating now, I won't have time to see Sachi. Why don't you eat over there? You've become good enough friends with her, haven't you? But Akemi just got here. I was late today, so don't you worry about it. Just hurry up and introduce me to Sachan already. Fine, I get it, but thanks for everything, guys. Everything? Akemi, who hasn't been part of the conversation until now, tilts her head in confusion. Yeah, everything. Anyway, I'm going. Hey. Oh, Mamoru-senpai. Hello. Since I didn't eat part of my lunch, I'm able to meet Sachi a little earlier than last time. As I arrive, I see something unexpected. At first, she is surprised to see me, but her surprise soon becomes joy as a smile begins to bloom on her face. Until now, she's always had a downcast look about her. Does that smile mean she likes hanging out with me? I didn't manage to eat lunch before I came. Do you mind if I eat here? I don't mind, it's fine. Once again, I sit down in the same place on the steps. Huh? Sachi, where's your lunch? I already put away my lunchbox. For some reason, she looks away from me as she replies. Lunch break only started a little while ago, so it wouldn't be strange if she was still eating when I got here. But I don't see her lunchbox anywhere. She is, however, holding one of the manga I let her borrow, and seems to have been rereading it. I start to feel a little uneasy. Even if she finished eating, she should still have her lunchbox around at least. Where's your lunchbox? Oh, actually, I forgot my lunchbox today. Ah, now I'm starting to understand. I'm also starting to understand that she's a terrible liar. Was that Satokawa girl? Huh? Why? Bingo. What happened? Well... I wait for an answer, but none comes. It doesn't seem like she wants to talk about it. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to, but you haven't had anything for lunch, right? As I study Sachi's troubled face, I realize she thinks I'm blaming her. That'll make this hard to deal with. I can tell from Sachi's reaction to Satokawa's name that whatever happened, it's definitely that girl's fault. Of course, even if she tells me what happened, it's not like I can do anything about it right now. I should worry about what's going on in front of me. No, but I'm fine, really. I wasn't that hungry anyway, and I don't usually eat that much in the first place. That's not really the issue, though. Can't you buy something at the cafeteria? I can lend you money if you need it. You know, it's fine. I'm okay, really. For once, Sachi actually has some force in her voice. Since she's refusing to let me buy her lunch, she probably won't let me give her part of my own lunch either. But, alright. Oh, wait, I got my lunch. Do you want some of that? Huh? No, you really don't have to. I said it's fine. I don't eat much either. And besides, sitting here next to you and eating while you watch would be really rude, even if you don't want any food yourself. I move next to Sachi and open my lunchbox. For a moment I worry that she'll try to avoid me like she did the first time that I sat next to her, but she doesn't do anything like that. She just looks a little uneasy. Are you sure? She still seems reluctant, but as she turns to face me, her stomach lets out a pitiful growl. I know she's just trying to be polite, but she really can't hide how hungry she is anymore. Just ignore that. She hangs her head, ashamed of her rumbling stomach, but she's still not ready to give in. I know she's not going to relent on her own, so I pick a small piece of fried egg out of my lunchbox with my chopsticks and hold it up to her mouth. Come on, you're hungry, right? Wait, Sachi looks back and forth between my face and the chopsticks as several seconds pass. But sure enough, she soon surrenders and opens her mouth. There. I stuff the piece of egg into her mouth, and she starts chewing, her eyes shut tight. Do you like it? Yeah. Great. Next, open up. I present the next bite I've gathered between my chopsticks to her. That's enough. I don't want you to have less food because of me. It's really no big deal. Well, as I watch Sachi meekly peck at the ends of my chopstick, I start to feel like a mother bird feeding its chick or something. I can't help but think it's a little cute. That's enough, really. Open wide. I'm not fucking making those noises, I swear to God. I almost feel like someone else is controlling my hand. Not that I'm about to stop them. You could at least let me eat by... I'm sure this is embarrassing for her. As I keep making her eat, I notice that her cheeks get redder and redder. She's so damn cute. I've already eaten half of your lunch. The rest is yours, she finally says, staring down at her hands. Sure enough, only half of my lunch is left. I suppose so. You sure you don't want any more? Just eat your lunch. Sachi turns her flushed face away from me. Maybe I overdid it. Oh, sorry, I got carried away. No, it's alright. I was happy that you fed me some of your lunch. Wait, I mean not literally fed me. I mean I was happy that you shared your lunch with me. It's okay. I understand. I wasn't trying to be mean or anything. I know. Anyway, thank you very much. Of course. No problem. I suppose I'll clean up the rest. As I'm about to start on what's left of my lunchbox, Sachi stares down at the chopsticks. Oh, I should have realized it sooner, but the chopsticks I'm about to eat with are the same ones I had just been using just a moment ago to put food directly into Sachi's mouth. Oh, sorry, I forgot. That would have been kind of gross, huh? No, I don't really mind, but if you think it's gross, it might be best to wash them. Don't worry about me, though. I don't really care either, actually. If you're okay with me using them, I'm going to go ahead and eat. Sure. This has gotten a little awkward. I eat my food and try not to think about this too much. Even though I'm trying to focus on eating, I keep catching myself stealing glances at Sachi out the corner of my eye. Sachi opens one of the manga as if to read it, but I notice that for some reason her eye stays fixed on me as I eat my lunch. Whenever I look over at her, our eyes meet. Her cheeks are still red. Is she still embarrassed about me feeding her? Or is there another reason? Either way, it's getting really hard to focus on eating. Okay, I'm done. And as if on cue, the bell rings, marking the end of lunchtime. Already, huh? I guess we did take a while to eat. I guess so. Oh, let me give you back the manga I borrowed. I brought all the ones I finished. Cool. I'll pick up the next ones in the series for when I see you again. Thank you. I gather up my empty lunchbox and the manga and start heading down the stairs to my classroom as Sachi follows me. Hey, why don't we walk home together again after school? If it's not too much trouble for you, I mean. It's nice to have a friend who lives nearby. Sure, I'd be happy to. Her face lights up with genuine excitement, even though we've only known each other for about a week. I don't know how we ended up doing things like going to and from school and eating lunch together, but if it makes Sachi happy, why should I care how it happened? Most of all, as if being together makes her happy, then I'm happy too. School's almost over. As I return to my classroom after lunch, I realize something. I'm happy that we promised to go home together, but we never chose a place to meet before we parted ways. If I wait by the gates like last time, she'll probably come by, but Sadakawa might also be around. Maybe I should take a peek into their classroom instead. And as I'm trying to decide, the bell rings, finally signaling the end of the day's classes. I take my bag and hurry towards Sachi's classroom. I rush down the stairs, but as I reach the first floor, I can see that the first years are already filing out into the hall, and I quicken my pace towards Sachi's classroom. In the moment I step in front of one of the classroom doors, someone flies out into me. The impact knocks us both off balance, and just as she's about to go down, I reflexively reach out and catch her. Everything okay? Excuse me, Senpai? The student who just flew into my arms and who I am now holding on to tightly is none other than Sachi. We stare at each other in astonishment. Then I see another student behind Sachi who is also looking on in astonishment. Sadakawa Rui. Did she push Sachi out the door? Now I know she's the reason Sachi had no lunch today. Oh, look at those teeth, Jesus. Sadokawa's surprised expression soon turns angry. She glares at me menacingly as she starts to speak. Who the hell are you? Some upperclassman? Yeah, second year. But she doesn't let this get in the way of her anger. Oh really? And what are you doing on the first year floor? I came to see Sachi. For a moment, Sadokawa looks surprised again as she sizes the two of us up. Sachi regains her balance as she separates herself from me. Then she takes a step back, retreating from Sadokawa's presence. She's not trying to run away though. Is it because I'm here? Her eye darts back and forth nervously. Her? Are you starting a freak show, senpai? If you think it's okay to force your friends into freak shows, you're really messed up. That's really pitiful. This girl is more prickly than I imagined. Naturally, my insult just annoys her more. I'm not sure if it's actually got to her or not, but she pins a hostile glare at me. Oh yes, well excuse me. She really doesn't have any talents to display, and dressing her up as a clown would only disgust people. Of course, you're right. The insincerely polite words that Sadokawa spits at me are dripping with venom and malice. If this is what made Akemi snap, I don't blame her. I think she's more suited to the role of a heroine than a clown. Her? At best, this one-eyed thing that looks like it stepped out of a fairy tale will become some wretched beggar on the streets. Yeah, maybe she did step out of a fairy tale. If I had to guess, I'd say it was Cinderella. She's definitely plagued by something like an evil stepsister. You know that story, don't you? Oh, that's a good joke, but if you're casting parts, I think I'd rather be the fairy godmother who turns a pumpkin into a carriage. Making Cinderella get run over by a carriage would be a pretty neat twist, don't you think? Our verbal duel continues for a while. She's wearing a vicious grin on her face, but the fire in her eyes grows hotter and hotter, and I can feel the heat in her stare. I refuse to look away, however, and it feels like the friction of our clashing gazes might set the whole hallway ablaze. Senpai. Sachi tugs on my sleeve, pulling me back into reality. Several students seem to have gathered around us to watch our fight. Here I am, a lone second-year student in front of the first-year classrooms, completely out of place. Should not be drawing this much attention to myself. Sorry, let's go, Sachi. I take Sachi's hand and turn my back on Sadokawa. I'm still pissed, and I want to turn around and go after her again, but Sadokawa stays quiet. Sorry about that just now. I really made a fool of myself. We leave the school at a hurried pace, but once we're outside the gates and start heading home, we slow down a bit. No, it's okay. You caught me right when I fell and you protected me from Sadokawa-san. Thank you for that. Hey, it's probably not my business, but if you're having trouble and you need help, you can ask me anytime. Thank you. Sachi replies after a short pause, looking somewhat puzzled. We might have become friends, but I guess we're not close enough for her to be comfortable trusting me with that sort of thing yet. You know, anything you need. I just want to help. Okay. By the way, if you like the books I gave you, I have some more from that author. Oh, really? I changed the subject to a lighter topic. Going home together should be more fun than this. At the very least, I want to see her smile more when we're together. I think those are the ones I should lend you next. Do you want to read them? Sure, that sounds great. I'll look forward to it.